satinizing, not sanitizing.
Yeah.
Satinizing.
Like sanitizing.
Okay, satinizing. Okay? Alright, so we're going to pull this in. What I want to do is I want to keep the temperature the same. So you can see my edges were a little bit cooler. Okay? Alright, so what the beauty of the Silpat is this. While it's warm, I can actually take it and kind of turn it on itself. The object here is so satinizing. Okay? All we're going to do here, now, could I take this and cut it up into little pieces and use that? Sure I could. But I'm going to go ahead and incorporate some air into here. Okay? Yeah, it's hot. So what you're going to do is put some gloves on when you work with this. And that would be...
Yeah, go for it. It's not terrible, but I could maybe touch it for like a half a second. Yo,
You
chef.
were like so warm with it.
Hot.
Oh, that's not bad. You were like,
He's like, what?
Here, put it in
I
your
know
hand.
if I really wanted to touch it.
I like it.
Really know
Okay.
if I wanted to touch it.
Now it's funny,
Soothing warm. It's not hot.
when Chef works with it, I won't wear gloves here. It doesn't really bother me or whatever. But when I have it underneath the lamp, I wear gloves because my hands start to perspire and I leave fingerprints and stuff like that on the shirt, which I don't want. Okay, so what we're after, the ideal time, and this is if you get comfortable with it, so pull it a little bit warm when you're first playing with it, and that way you'll have more time. But what you really want is this to be so it doesn't move. When I put this together in a lump, okay, I want it to see that it really doesn't spread out too much. That's the ideal time to pull it. The cooler I can pull it, okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. The cooler I can pull it, the shinier it will become. So the object is here, is I'm going to take it, I'm cooling off the bottom, and then I'm moving it. Alright, this is just kind of equalizing it out. So right here is very hard. So I put the hard or the cool part to the center. Again, keep moving it. And you can see that it's slowly starting to not spread as much. So always take the cool part, put it to the center, move that around, okay, like so. All right, so it's getting close. It's not perfect just yet. And then I'm going to ask for the Silpat back, only because I want a little bit of a friction underneath, okay? Careful working on your tables. You don't want to pick up all that dirt on your tables and things like that. Then I'm going to take it and I'll roll it a little bit, kind of get it started in the shape that I want. And this is what the machine does when you see it pulling, you know, for, who's the candy company or C's, you know? When they do all those decorative candies and they do candy canes, whatever, they put it on the machine. Of course, it's a lot bigger piece than this, and then it starts pulling it, and then it's going to pull the air into it. Now, students make the mistake that they want to pull it, they want to twist it way out like here, like, you know, it's something. That's not what you need. It's a simple twist, okay? And you're going to see how quickly this air comes in here. And the reason I'm kind of like holding my hand like so is because I don't want my hand cooling down the sugar completely. So it's a quick twist. Changing directions. And even right now, it's still warm, but I'm doing this because you can see the demo I can spend more time on. If you let it cool down even more, the shine will come that much quicker.
So you're alternating twists.
Yeah, I'm just going in different directions to kind of, you can see that I wind up with a thick part here. When I pull it out, I put that always back on top of it. Just going to go from there.
Is that air going to make the color more opaque?
Yep, it makes it shinier and lightens it. You're always going to wind up with a lighter color when you pull it because the air comes into it.
Now I've seen people have like a thick pole and they'll wrap it around and twist and kind of pull it like this.
Yeah, that's
How is that
a
different?
big amount of sugar.
That's just a larger amount. Okay.
Yeah. This is the biggest batches you'll ever need to make in here. Okay?
It's really pretty.
But you can see the shine starts coming. And it's just a quick twist. And all that is just incorporating air into it. Then there's going to be another method that we make when we make straw sugar. It's just like this. But then we take it to a step farther. And then what we do is we go like this. And you know the sugar is still warm because it can glue itself together.
That's how you make
This
ribbons?
is going to be straw sugar right here. This is what the technique, but I have too much acid in here. But it's the same technique. Where you just take it, put it together. And it's a little bit more difficult to this when we do it, I'll show you. And it winds up with all kinds of air chambers on the inside. And then what we do, and this is not for just pulling, this is for straw sugar. What we do then is go like this. Okay. And we create like a chamber in here. And we continue with that process. For this, and I'll show you that demo a little bit later, but for this one, all we're going to do is take it like this, and I'll take somebody's scissors.
Now you grab some more. Yeah.
Okay, and I don't want to get it too cold so I can cut it and it doesn't break. This is where I recommend you guys work on your tables so it doesn't get too cold on you. Because we don't want like little teeny pieces either, even though we can use them.
Chef, at what point did you know to start doing this fold?
I'll do what now?
What point did you know to start doing this fold instead of the?
Oh, well, it's just like there's going to be a certain amount of air that I can get in here. And, you know, I know that it's shiny enough. I don't even need to do that. It's just now it's going to be much quicker to warm this up in the sugar box because I have air into it. And then I just cut manageable pieces. And it's just for rewarming, that's all. Okay?
Is there a point where you get to where you can't
Yeah.
rewarm this anymore? Or?
Well, I mean, when this becomes hard, you know, we're going to warm it under a lamp, and you can also put it in the microwave for a little bit, a few seconds, you know, maybe 10 or something like that, and then rewarm it. Because we have the acid in here, we can continue to heat this up. If you over pull it, and you continue to pull and pull and pull and pull, you'll see when you work it, when you continue to pull it, what's going to happen with this is it becomes dull, and the shine will never come back. Now, this is not the ultimate shine. When we take and we do smaller pieces, you're going to get a much shinier piece out of this, okay? So all of these are good. What we would do, I don't think we have Ziploc bags in there, but what we do is wrap these up, let them cool down, and then wrap these up into like plastic. And it's nice that we have like a stainless steel area or whatever, and you'll just wrap them up in plastic, and they're going to be stored at room temperature. We never want to put sugar pieces or sugar garnishes or sugar candy in the fridge because the humidity will cause it to basically get very, very soft and sticky. Okay, we don't want to put moisture back into it that we basically eliminated. So what we would do is we take this piece or a bigger piece, we're going to put it underneath our sugar lamp, and then we're going to manipulate that, and then we'll start pulling and blowing and so forth and so on. So this is for pulling and blowing only. Casting and all these other techniques means we take it out of that pot, shocked or not, depending on the application, and we actually pour it from the pot. Okay, so this is for pulling and blowing.
Chef, how